If you're new, welcome. I'm Kristen, and tonight we're going to make up these beef tips. I started this meal out by getting my meat chopped up into bite-sized chunks and removing the fat. I seasoned my meat with onion and garlic powder and the all-purpose seasoning, and I like to cook mine on about 3 or 4 and just keep moving the meat around because the longer that it cooks, the more tender it's going to get. Once it starts to brown up, you want to go in and add that last shot of flavor with the onion powder and the garlic powder. Once you get it all mixed up and there's only a little bit of pink showing, then you want to go in and add your beef broth. I covered mine and let it soak up all them juices for about 15 to 20 minutes. I cut my onions into strips, tossed them in, covered it, and cooked it for about 10 to 15 minutes. I used a couple tablespoons of this McCormick brown gravy mix. What I should have done was taken my meat and my onions out of the pan so that I could make the gravy. I ended up having to stir it and get it to where everything was mixed up a little bit longer. It still turned out really good though. I boiled my potatoes and then mashed them up. I do not recommend that you mash them up in a plastic bowl because I busted my bowl and it's really a whole lot easier if you're using a thicker plastic or a stainless steel bowl. I seasoned my potatoes before I added any butter or cream. It just makes it easier to me because I feel like it mixes it up better, but it could just be in my head. I don't know. To me, it just tastes better like that. I also like to mash in my butter so that it kind of gets all up in there before the cream hits it. You want that butter to melt up into the potato. You want to add your cream in last and add it in a little at a time, stir and mix it up, and then add a little bit more and just keep doing that until you get to the consistency of the potato that you want. If you like it real creamy, you're going to do this for a minute. If you don't like any kind of chunks in your mashed potatoes, you might need to use a hand mixer and beat those things all the way down. Also, you need to check it and taste it and see what does it need. Mine needed some salt and some pepper, and so I just added that in and gave it a last taste test, and that bad boy was good to go. I don't mind a little chunk in my potatoes, so I don't go through the extra effort of beating them all the way down. But I mean, I don't even take off the skin. I like the skin, but you do it how you like yours. I used my last jar of green beans out of Benny's garden. I added some salt and some all-purpose seasoning and 2 packets of the ham seasoning, and I also tossed in some onions. To finish off this meal, I took some leftover French bread and put some garlic butter on it and put it in the air fryer, put it on toast, and 8 minutes later we had garlic toast. I let my green beans come up to a boil and then cut them on low and let them cook for about 45 minutes, and them things was so good. If you haven't already, head over to my Patreon, get your download, grab your groceries, and come back tomorrow because we're going to be making a meatball sub. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.